Hey guys, now that the global 5th anniversary is upon us in DFFOO, I thought I'd do a quick video covering my thoughts on the new banners that were released in the 5th anniversary event. One quick note that this recording is actually done live instead of doing slides and such. I thought I'd just head into the game and give my quick thoughts on the banners as it is. So there wouldn't be any edits here, so pardon me if I make any verbal mistakes. So there's a couple of banners that came up and I'll be going through each and every one. The first one is the 5th anniversary draw that you see right here. And this banner is pretty special in a way that they release FRs, or all FRs has been released up till this point in time in the game. And you have a small chance of scoring FRs. That being said, my thoughts on this banner is to just do the free draw and then skip this. I don't recommend anyone to waste your gems or tickets on this banner, mainly because, as you can see in the draw info, the chance of scoring a specific FR that you want is pretty low. And the likelihood is that even if you do get any FRs, you would need to then spend quite a lot of high power stones to max them out, because drawing duplicates on this banner is going to be extremely tough. In addition, beyond that, there are of course going to be quite a lot of FRs that are going to be a little bit outdated at this point. I mean, one good example here would be Dash's FR, and of course Kane's FR that you also have a chance of drawing. So considering that the chance of drawing a specific FR is abysmal, and there's also not going to be any BT weapons featured on this banner as well. As you can see, it's only FRs and then it goes down to LD. And you can see on the left hand side, there's 0% chance of scoring a burst weapon because there's none on this banner. All these things considered, it's better to just get your free pool, pray for the best, hope to get something cool out of it, and if not, just move on after that. The next banner is something that I really like, because it's the first time that they are doing a 50+1 draw in global. And to me, it's always a rush of adrenaline seeing all the gold flowing orbs, and of course getting the guaranteed BT at the end is a very nice bonus. That being said, I think my thoughts on this banner is also the same as the last, which is my recommendation is to just do your free draw that they give you and move on. The only way to continue drawing on this banner is to spend money to purchase the 50+1 special ticket. And looking at the price, it costs about $100 US, give or take, depending on the currency exchange in your country. And of course, I can't really advocate whether you should use your money or not. That's really a personal choice to make. But I don't think it's worth the $100 US, for the same reason that although you are guaranteed a burst, you can get any burst weapon that's released up to the date. And so the chances of scoring a specific burst weapon that you want is really abysmal. And even if you are missing a lot of the burst weapons, say for example you are fairly new to the game, the chances are that you will score a burst weapon that is pretty outdated, or on a character that you hardly want to use, or you're missing the other gear for, which means that if you get that sort of burst weapon, the character is still going to sit on the bench. And if that's the case, why do you even want to spend your money and resource pooling for that? Burst weapons also of course require you to invest burst ingots, and at the current point of time in the game, burst ingots and burst tomes, the books to realize the burst weapons, are still relatively rare, and you would probably want to reserve them for more current burst weapons than using them on older ones, such as Locke or Terra or Gilgamesh or Xdev, or even Bards or Theodore. There's really not a lot of incentive to max out the burst weapon that you may receive, and to me, hoping to get a more current or more recent burst weapon to invest in from this particular banner is really not worth it. You probably have much better chance pulling in the regular banners and scoring the burst weapons from there. So just do your free draw that they give you, cross your fingers and hope for the best. What I got from the free draw here is the Cloud of Darkness burst, unfortunately, and I already have a green, so it's a pretty unlucky draw for me on this banner. Moving on to the third banner, that's going to be the Start Dash banner, which is available for all new players, and for regular players they are also available for limited time. And I did mention this in my coverage on the 5th anniversary event, but I'll repeat it here again. To me, this banner is the definition of a trap banner. Let's look at what you can get from this banner. So the Start Dash banner consists of all weapons for Cloud, Squall, and Lightning up to the point of release at that point of time. So for example, at this current point of time in GL, all three of these characters do not have force weapons yet. So therefore this banner also does not have any force weapons that you can get. On top of this, while there are 3 burst weapons that you can get, and the chances of scoring at least is better than the last 2 banners that I covered, the fact is that all these 3 characters currently are really not very good in global. Of course, Squall, when he received his FR and rework coming very soon, he will be much better then. But my thinking is that why not just wait until that point in time and pull for both his FR and BT weapon on the same banner, rather than trying to score Squall's gear here and still having to pull when his FR gets released because it's not on this banner. You might as well just pull when every weapon is there and you can actually use the character. So on that basis, I think it's probably better to just keep this banner. And in case you're wondering why I have 80 G tokens on this banner, I did the free pull on this banner every time it's released in global. And for this particular banner, even though it's limited time, every time it comes back, the game actually remembers how many G tokens you have. So the 80 G tokens now will also be carried over to the next time the Start Dash draw will be featured again. Even then, I don't think it's ever going to be worthwhile to actually spend tickets or gems on this particular banner. Finally coming to the really juicy banners, and both of them will feature Penelo. The first will be featuring Penelo's gear as well as a FR and BT, and will feature FR BT for Laguna and Tidus as well. And I've mentioned this many times already, and I did do a few videos covering Penelo as well. I really think Penelo is awesome, so if you are looking for banners to sink in your gems and tickets, either this or the next banner, both of which features her, would be my recommendation to spend. Penelo is really good. I know a lot of people are disappointed, but the reason varies from player to player. As a character in the game, her current kit is pretty top tier in terms of the flexibility that she provides. And she does actually a pretty good job overall, both in terms as a support and in terms as a DPS character. Yes, you heard me right, she can potentially function even as a DPS depending on how you build your party around her. And although many players will not value flexibility that much, I for one think that her flexibility provides a lot of value to the game, and regardless of how much you invest in her, she will very likely give you a very good return of your investment in the months to come. Now, depending on which banner you want to draw, this banner features Laguna and Tidus as the other characters, and the next year will feature Ishtola and Ardyn. Really, both banners are equal. The only question that you should ask yourself is which other weapons are you missing across the secondary feature characters on this banner, and sink in your resources on that particular one. Now, overall, for me coming in, I was actually missing both Tidus and Ardyn's FRBT, so it's actually equal for me. And let me tell you, I spent a lot of resources overall. I spent 730 tickets and 75,000 gems pulling across both these banners, and that's because I actually pulled first for Ardyn, and I pulled until I got 4 duplicate FRs for Ardyn and 2 FRs for Penelo. And since I already have Ardyn's FR max, I switched over to this banner and then pulled, and I scored until 3 FRs for Tidus. And at the end of the 730 tickets and 75,000 gems, I got 5 copies of Penelo's FR. Unfortunately, I didn't get her BT, and I didn't get Tidus BT, and I didn't get Ardyn's BT. So what I did is just cut my losses there and tokened Penelo's BT. So I spent 50 BT tokens as well. Yes, all in all, it's a very heavy investment, but I think she's really worth it. At least that's my opinion, and everyone's approach to the game is different. So if you don't agree, that's fine as well. But I really truly believe that she has quite a lot of offer. At the very least, of course, we have Crevasse and Dare to Defy, and given that she's a supremely flexible character, probably the most flexible character out of the entire roster, you can at least get value out of her in Crevasse and Dare to Defy. So that's already something that you get out of it. In terms of the secondary feature characters, I would say that all four of them are pretty, I guess, average at best. They are, you can use them and they can even clear current Shinryu content, but as of now, there are probably better options, even versus Tidus or Ardyn. And I guess you can use them in Crevasse and Dare to Defy if you score their gear, so that's something. But I would say the main price, of course, across both the banners would be Penelo. And once you score her, there's really little incentive to continue pulling, unless you have really spare tickets and gems and you want to try to score additional FRs and BTs along the way. So that's my coverage for the global 5th anniversary banners. I hope everyone has been lucky, and do share your pool results in the comment section as well. To those that have yet to pool, good luck on your pools and may RNG shine on your pools. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.